Welcome to GoToMeeting. You are the first caller and will be placed on hold until the next caller arrives.
Okay, in this session we'll discuss best practices for prospects. Okay, so first we're on the dashboard here. Let's go to prospects. Prospects are identified in PSX as customers who either don't buy anything from you at all or they buy very little. Okay, they don't live up to their potential to you. They could possibly be buying a lot more. If they are an active client and we have checked them off, if I go to active clients, we have checked off the box here, okay, that says show as a prospect. This customer will appear in active clients and prospects, and that's what this red dot here indicates. So you can see that if I click no, these customers right here, or excuse me, these prospects here will have no performance or order history because they have never bought anything from me. But if I click on one with the red dot, then obviously I've got performance and an order history here. Okay, so why do we have customers and prospects? What do we do with this prospect area? Why do we have a section called prospects? What's its purpose? Okay, the purpose is for you to identify where you are in your sales process. In other words, what series of steps, whatever you have, because there's 100,000 different sales processes out there. A sales process is a series of steps that you take with a prospect to move them to becoming a customer. Okay, so what I would do is I would use the status column here to identify where I am with my customer. For instance, I can hit this filter and see that I have several opportunities here to click on. I'll just click on everybody that's on stage 1, and then you can see that we have 8 prospects out of our entire list. We have 8 prospects that are on stage 1. So what do we do with that? Well, you can come through and you can click on them. You can review their profile, and if they have a performance and an order history, you can view that by going from one line to the next. Okay, but the big deal is you would change their status and add notes or follow-ups to the CRM activity. So the whole idea behind this is if I'm a sales guy or a manager, I can come through here and see that these people I have listed in the system are in my prospects, and I want to identify everybody that's in stage 1. Maybe I can choose a certain zip code. We'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is ironically the same zip code that we got. But you can see where we are inside that zip code with that stage, or excuse me, stage 1. So I could flip through here and review the notes and immediately know that, hey, you know, I need to move this guy. I see his notes here. What is it going to take for me to move him to the next step in my sales process? Okay. Now the sales process is identified by you guys. Okay, you have to choose what your steps are. How many steps are there in your sales process? What are they? Okay, you put them in preferences under the general tab under prospects right here, prospect status types. You add the type that you have. Okay, now from there your team will come in and they'll know where they are in the sales process with their customer, and they'll status it. Okay, so you'll be able to see your list of prospects and what the statuses are. Say these haven't even been statused yet. So your sales process could be simple 4-step process. It could be gather, ask, solve, and sell. That could be your 4-step process. If that was the case, you could identify your statuses as stage 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. If you don't have an outside sales staff or you don't have the resources to dedicate towards pursuing prospects aggressively, you can also use the option to identify promos. For instance, I might want to identify just collision customers inside a zip code. We'll say this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is my zip code. All right. They would all be right here. And if I didn't have the opportunity to send an outside staff to them, I could call them, I could send out flyers, I could do whatever my promo 1 is. For instance, my promo might be, hey, if you buy $2,000 worth of parts from me the month of February and keep them through the end of May or whatever, I'll buy your staff lunch, maybe a Subway lunch, or maybe I'll credit your account $200 or whatever your promo might be. That has to be, again, defined by you. But in any event, this option allows you to status customers without even a sales team. You can also use a promo and then follow up with the sales process. That way identify who I sent the flyers to, and then follow up with who am I making phone calls to, where am I in my sales process if I'm going to sit behind a desk and call from a telephone. Okay, that is how we use prospects. That is the whole purpose behind it, is this status column right here. Helps you identify where you are with your customers real quickly, and then from there you can identify, show me everybody, for instance, I'm stuck at stage 2 with, and I can look at their names. I can come through here and read their CRM notes and follow-ups and know exactly what it's going to take to move them to the next stage. Okay? So if you have any questions regarding this topic or any other topics within PSX, you can reach us by clicking the Help button. Our telephone number is displayed there, 303-683-6105, extension 850. There's also an email address, psxsupport@sciusa.com. If you have any questions regarding this topic or any others, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you for your time.